Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hello everybody. Thank you, Damien. Thank you, Gettys, for kicking off the contributions. We're going to have a good one because I see it's already a bunch of people that don't get it. I don't care nothing about them charges being dropped. You don't think that boy life still ruined, that he took a life? You don't think that's a problem? The fact that this isn't even an issue with a lot of y'all. Oh, he just deleted somebody for his mama. That's all. Nothing to see here. He just 14 and had a gun on him ready to go. That's all. Nothing to see here. We don't see a problem with the son-husband epidemic. The fact that he was ready to even do that. That a 14-year-old boy was put in a position to feel like that was something that he had to do. Because you in the hot dog stand, you in the little stand arguing. Because you can't be quiet. Because you talking to another son-husband. You talking to a hyena male that don't care nothing about putting his hands on you. Because you always think you can pop off at the mouth, and a man's supposed to be the bigger man. And he's supposed to take the high ground. And he's supposed to take the high moral ground and not hit you because you a female. Well, we told you every dude ain't doing that. We told you that. It's dudes out here that don't care nothing about you being no female. They don't care. And they will put their hands on you. Pop you dead in your face. Care nothing about you being no woman. We'll pop you dead in your face like a dude, since you want to stand there and argue like a dude. And they'll treat you like one, especially in Chicago. You cannot stand toe-to-toe with these maggles out here because they will deal with you like a man. They will. Your best bet is to shut your mouth and display some type of femininity so they'll leave you alone. I grew up here all my life. I'm 45. I know how to go somewhere and don't get into an argument. You also want, I guarantee you it was something stupid. At the window of a little food stand, I guarantee you it was something stupid to spark that argument off. I guarantee you. It was either some type of misunderstanding, button in the line, or somebody said something, or somebody thought they said something. And then here go an argument. And then you messed around. Both of them messed around and found out. Everybody in that situation messed around and found out. Because this is what grown maggles turn into. The type of dude that will pop you in your grill at a hot dog stand and don't think nothing about it. These are dudes y'all raising. These are dudes y'all raising. And then y'all want him to have some type of moral compass that tell him don't touch you. Thank you, Luke Casely. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Malika. Said this is son husbandry and proxy violence at its finest. Exactly. Several things wrong. I'm going to play the video. Several things happening at the same time. The first problem is that you somewhere yakking at the mouth. And then somebody want to talk about, oh, the other dudes that was standing there didn't jump in. Ain't nobody jumping in saving y'all no more. Nobody's doing that because y'all get mad when people jump in. Y'all get mad. Y'all straight be having something smart to say when somebody jump in to try to defend you or diffuse the situation. Thank you, Mogul. So as a female in a situation where it's just you and your son, you know you ain't got no man. And a dude, even if dude started, hey, you know what I'm saying? Let me just chill. I might say one or two little things because you know what I'm saying? You're trying to pop off, but I'm not going to stand toe to toe and pop off with you. Especially when you see people stupid. Sometimes people just stupid. And you can't always get stupid with them. Just because they come in dumb. Just because they want to start something. Just because they want to say something. Just because they got something to say. And we always think we got to answer that. And you don't. You know how many times I walk the street and it be chicks that got something to mumble up under their breath? If I stopped to check every chick that has something to mumble up under her breath, I would constantly be in a fight. I would constantly be in an argument. There would constantly be trouble. Everything ain't worth you stopping or talking. It ain't what they call you, it's what you answer to. Sometimes you just gotta mind your business. Even if they call themselves trying to start something with you, just leave it. Let them do that. I'm not saying nothing to you. Leave me alone. If it get too out of pocket, you know what? Forget them little zooms and whams. I'm going back to my car because I'm not doing this with you. I am not going to stand here and get into a whole argument and potentially a fight over something dumb. Just forget it. And y'all don't know how to walk off. You so busy thinking dudes are going to always walk off, and they don't. They don't. There are men out there like the dude that just got deleted that will put their hands on you. You being a woman don't have nothing to do with it. They don't care about that. And women act like they don't understand that, like it ain't never a chance to run into somebody that's gonna do that. On the off chance that I done ran into a dude that don't care about you feel me? I'm not even gonna engage with you like that. We not engaging like that. No, I'm done. If I gotta speak my piece, I speak my piece. If that's not gonna diffuse and calm the situation, then I'm done with it. I'm not going back and forth. I'm not trying to argue. I'm certainly not trying to fight. Just leave it alone. And if they can't leave it alone, you leave it alone. Because it's folks out here that is not working with a full deck of cards. It's people out here that don't got nothing to lose. And they'll try you all the way to the end. Now, he should have kept himself in check, but he didn't. He didn't. He didn't keep himself in check. That's part of the issue. He's the adult version of the boy she's raising. Do you understand that? I don't know if people get that. The grown man that didn't find a problem punching her in the face like a dude multiple times is the adult version of the son she's raising. That can't keep their emotions in check. And they react like females, but they men. So they got extra aggression, extra testosterone, and extra strength to go with that. cannot just be rolling and think dudes are going to act like dudes. Like they're going to act like men that got sense and know how to calm down and be like, you know what? I'm not even going to do that. You can't always do that. You can't always dote on that and bank on that. You cannot bank on that. Now, he messed around and found out. Put his hands on somebody because he couldn't control his emotions, because his mama is likely a hyena that raised another hyena. He was probably a son husband. He can't control himself like a man's supposed to be able to control their emotions. He let himself get out of control, and then he got dealt with. You understand that? Her son is likely to meet the same fate later in his life. Because he go for bad. He's 14 with a firearm. That's problem number one. They talking about, oh, he was an honest student, he was this and he was that. He's 14 with a firearm that he wasn't afraid to use. Do you understand that? He took somebody's life. That wear on the toughest of grown men. Grown men who take another grown man's life, that's tough for them. If you ever heard a grown man that had to take another man's life, it's not easy. It's not easy to deal with the aftermath. I actually took somebody's life. I actually took somebody's life now. She don't got the tools to help her son deal with that. That's just a trauma he gonna have to process. That's just a trauma he gonna have to process. She ain't got the tools to help him, to coach him through that, because she raising a son husband. She congratulating it. She thinks, as well as the majority of the community thinks, that that boy did a good thing. You think it's a good thing that you can put your 14-year-old child in a position where he feel like this is the only way he can protect you is if he deletes somebody for you. We lose complete sight that this is a kid we talking about. This a young man we talking about. This a boy. It's a boy. Your children, your children should not be in that position because you shouldn't put them there. You shouldn't put them there. He not her protector. She's supposed to be his. He not supposed to protect her. That's the thing that nobody in the community want to talk about. He ain't supposed to protect her. Do we even understand that? She's the one that's grown. She's supposed to be protecting him physically, emotionally, mentally. She's supposed to protect him from any situation that would compromise his boyhood and his innocence. She almost compromised his freedom. She might have compromised his life, because stuff like that in the hood don't rest. Just cause the white man dropped charges don't mean it's over. Let me go back to these super chats. Thank you, Mr. Bobby Rice, says, speaking educational facts. Here's a little support for the Chicago Slow Roast. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mason, says, someone who's a soon-to-be military veteran. This culture only encouraged me and my parents even more to get our passports. At this point, given that these women will be our future grandmothers, I'll just marry a Filipina. Thank you so much, Mason. Thank you, R. Lee said there's an old cliche, you gotta pick your battles. Exactly. Thank you, Divine Photos. A sad thing is this won't be the last time the mother's going to put her son husband in a bad situation and he won't get away this time. Exactly. Thank you, Decence. I hate to put my business out here, but my younger sister wanted me to act like this as an older brother, even when I was 12 years and to now. Yeah. Thank you, 39 Dina. Thank you, Mike. Said keep speaking on it, sis. It's what bothers me about this whole situation is the reaction of the so-called community. Well, this is a tough one. There's nothing tough about this. There's nothing tough about this situation. There's nothing tough about this situation. We so warped that we think that young boy did the right thing. We think that a young black boy, no matter how young he is, that it is his job to do anything, including take a life or give his life to protect his mother, no matter if he is the child. We also got a problem because we don't think that there is any psychological aftermath because the charges got dropped. So he ain't supposed to think about shooting nobody. Cause it ain't no charges, so he ain't supposed to think about that. That's not on his mind. Are y'all really telling me that that's not supposed to be on that young boy's mind? Are y'all telling me that his life and his mama life is supposed to go on as normal after that? And everybody's okay with that? Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what I'm hearing? That we okay? Because the charges got dropped? I don't care what the prosecutor did or did not do. That boy was put in a situation to feel that that was what he was supposed to do, which is why he did it. And who put that in his head? Who put that in his head? Because that's your son, and you know he got a strap. And you know if you get into it, he gonna come in there and do what he think he gotta do. So that's why you feel vindicated and you feel okay to stand toe to toe with somebody and argue. And then when you get punched in the face multiple times, now your son, your 14-year-old son, not your 24, not your 34, not your 44, your 14, just hit teenage years. He ain't been in puberty long. He already got the strap. He already want to use it, and you was good with that. You was good with that. I don't care if she didn't text him to come in. You know he got it because you wasn't surprised that he had it. You know that's what he got. And we good with that in the community. We good with that. We good with that. As long as he was protecting his mama, because a hyena got to be protected no matter what. Then ain't nobody supposed to say nothing. And y'all want to walk around here and act like black women aren't being protected. You put your sons up as the shield. You put your son up as the enforcer. He got to do it. Or your brother. The men that are around you, whether they are grown men or young boys, are ready to kill and die for you. What do you mean you not being protected? That's the number one lie. What y'all talking about? The black men around y'all, whether dysfunctionally or not, are ready to kill and die for you. What protection don't you have? What protection don't a black woman have? The men in your life, whether they young or old, are willing to kill somebody and die for you. But y'all ain't got no protection? You either ain't got it or you got it. Which one? Because your son was ready and did take a life and was willing to go to jail to sacrifice his life for one incident that his mama could have walked off from. She could have walked off before she got hit in the face. She could have shut up before she got hit in the face. What about shutting up? Yeah, he shouldn't have been so wild as to be hitting her, but what about shutting your mouth? See, two can play that game. Two can play that game. Why come he didn't walk away? Why come he didn't exercise more emotional control as to not be punching on a female? I grant you that. I grant you that. I'm good with that. I agree. He should have exercised more emotional control as to not be wailing on no female like that. I grant you that. What about shutting up too? Y'all don't know nothing about de-escalating the situation simply by shutting your mouth. Yeah, give him no energy. If he in there wilding, hey, man, leave me alone. I've been in them situations before. You've been in the hood. You've been in them situations before. Let me get to some of these super chats. Thank you, OG Napa said, we need more women like you. I appreciate the directness that you have in the hard conversation and talking points. Much love, big sis. Keep doing what you're doing because it has to be done. Thank you so much. Thank you, Michael said, passports anybody. Where is his father? Thank you so much. Thank you, John Wick said, you notice she called her son versus her husband. That lady and her son, lucky that guy didn't have a gun on him as well. That guy was running away and shot in the back. It's not the first time he deleted. It may not have been. Thank you again, Mason said that boy is going to give him the punishment of a full-grown man, and it's sad. Thank you, Miss Lou Casey said this was a clear indication of how selfish some women are, only worried about themselves without consideration of their loved ones. Thank you so much. Thank you, Theo. I don't care for the 50th time. I don't care that they dropped the charges. What exactly does that mean? What does anybody think that means? Tell me. What is that supposed to mean? The charges was dropped. What do that mean? What do that mean? The charges was dropped. What does that mean? What is that supposed to mean? So he didn't actually kill that guy because the charges was dropped? He not supposed to think about that because the charges was dropped? The dynamic that created the situation where that's something that he felt like he needed to do, that dynamic don't exist, or it's okay because the charges was dropped. Thank you, Southside said they wouldn't have dropped them if the Vic was white. Maybe not. I don't even care. I don't even care. Thank you, New York G-Man said charges dropped by law, not by street. Charges drop. So black women get to utilize their sons or their brothers or their fathers or whomever, whichever black man or boy is around them. She is allowed to get herself in situations where they have to come either deal death or get dealt with. And since the charges got dropped, that should be okay. She's in the right. Was the guy wrong for hitting her? Sure. But have you ever heard of the phrase, two wrongs don't make a right? The only reason I'm hesitating to show the video is because they might strike it because of the violence in it. But the video that I have actually shows what happens just prior to the shooting. She and the guy that got shot is arguing at the window of a food pickup, and probably one of the Maxwell's. And I don't know, we don't know what they're arguing about. We don't know, we don't see the beginning of that argument. But there's an argument in full swing. And he's jaw-jacking and she jaw-jacking. He steps back and he says, stop talking. If you say something else, I'm going to hit you. I'm going to punch you in your face. She said something else. So then he was like, oh my grandma, if you keep talking, I'm going to punch you in your face. And he stepped back and actually took a stance. She said something else, and that is when he kept his word as to punching her in her face. And he proceeded to do that several times. He did punch her one time. He was hitting her. He was hitting her. They try to say that she called her son in, but according to the video, it didn't look like she had even an opportunity to do that. The son more than likely saw it from the car. Right? He probably saw it from the car, heard the commotion, saw the commotion, and came in there. That's most like what happened. Saw what was going on, came through, like, wait a minute, what's going on? That might look like my mom or whatever. Came in, he came to the door. And once he realized that the guy was hitting his mother, that's when he took his gun out and he shot that man. The man ran, he chased him down, he shot him a few more times in the back. Once he was down, the mother and the son jumped in the car and then they left. Okay. That's what took place in the video. And I'm just flabbergasted that don't nobody see a problem with this. The only problem that anybody see with the whole situation is the dude hitting the woman. While I agree that that is problematic, nobody seems to understand why it's problematic. Why that is problematic. Why her standing there arguing with that dude after he gave her 3 warnings about what he was going to do if she didn't shut her mouth. I don't know why don't nobody see no problem with a 14-year-old boy that's already got a strap. He didn't have to go get it. He had it in his hoodie. The fact that he didn't hesitate. There was no hesitation. He wasn't like, hey, get off my mama. None of that. He took that out and just dealt with dude. No words. There were no words. And we good with that. And we good with it. Thank you, Papa Duck says she didn't even notice he squared up on his back leg, an immediate threat to anyone with self-awareness. It's because women don't have that. Only a man would have picked up on that because it's a stance he would have took. Thank you, Jason. Dropping the charge only justifies the hyena behavior. Thank you, Village Brother said charges dropped, but the psychological damage on the child will never be gone. It's bad everywhere around. Thank you, King Trini said the son was home. The mother texted him before recording. Thank you, Almanai said there's another video I saw on TikTok from security cam that shows her going to get her son. Then the shooting. Thank you, TS. I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you. And you're very welcome. Thank you, Big Cheese said black men online happy for this sister release. Meanwhile, black women online saying black men don't protect black women. True. Thank you, D+. Thank you so much. I don't understand how we don't get the problem. The fact that we as a community don't get this as an issue is why we gonna continue to be in this issue, because the next time she put her son in that situation, he gonna die. The next time she puts her son, because now she know he'll kill for her. Now she knows he will kill for her. Ain't no end to the tomfoolery now. She gonna jump bad in every man face that even cut his eyes at her in a way she don't like. She gonna cuss him out and then call her son. You realize that, don't you? See, like we said, a lot of these shootings in the hood be trickling back down to y'all. All these black men, all they do is kill each other at the behest of y'all. 8 times out of 10, it's because of something that y'all done got into as these hyena females, and then the men come along, and now they just be going through it because of you. Thank you, Ian. Thank you again, King Trini said it was clear she didn't respect him. People do not call the bluff with people they respect, and that's the problem. Black men aren't respected. Not only are they not respected, it's assumed that the men are going to be better than the women, and that he's going to exercise the control that she don't exercise. The problem with thinking that is that they don't think that the other hyenas in the community are also raising male hyenas that don't control their emotions and get into a bunch of fights and killing and shooting. They don't take into account they're not the only hyena raising them. The hood is full of these dudes. It's full of them that don't care. That's why you tread carefully, because there's plenty of good dudes in the hood, and then there's some that ain't. And you'll run up on the one that don't care. He just don't care. You being a female don't got no bearing on what he about to do. Especially in Chicago. Yeah, somebody's talking about the girlfriend of the guy that got shot was talking crazy. So it always come back to y'all hyenas popping y'all gums, popping off. Y'all always popping off. Y'all can't never shut up. Probably was the two women. One of them thought the other one said something, or one of them thought the other one butted the line, or one of them thought the other one did something. It's always something goofy. It's always goofy. I promise you it's goofy. I promise you that the initial thing that started the altercation well before it got to punching or killing was something, the goofiest stuff that could have possibly transpired, where everybody should shut up. Everybody should have shut up. Thank you, Herbert. Says straight lawlessness condoning these kind of retaliatory behavior only leads to more black on black crime. She could have called the police, but wait, these hyenas defunded the police. Thank you, TS. Says she created an attack dog that she can control for now. It reminds me of the woman telling her son to hit her. Thank you, Rose. Said even in a less detrimental situation, black kids are always treated as adults by law, and the police. That young boy would have got grown charges as a child. If they had decided to charge him, they would have charged him as an adult. You definitely right about that. Now she has an attack dog that she know for a fact will kill for her. There will be no end to her tomfoolery now. Like I said, she gonna jump bad in every man face she can get into. It don't matter where he at. It don't matter what's going on. She gonna jump. Because she knows she got a son that's got a strap that's gonna kill somebody for her because he already did it. You once you cross that line of killing somebody, you can't come back. That's one of those lines. You don't come back from that. You don't come back away from that. He'll never be a 14-year-old boy. I don't care if he go play basketball. I don't care if he play on the PlayStation. I don't care what he do. He'll never be a 14-year-old boy now. He is not a boy. Now he's not a boy. He's a man. And not one with his head on straight. He's a man with his mother as a puppet, as the puppeteer of him now. He's the same guy that he shot. He's him. He's that guy. He's the guy that think he bad now because he done took a life now. He done did it. It's not something he thought about. It's not something he, that's in theory. This is something in reality that he has done. He processing it however he processing it. We don't know. Now, if somebody from that man's family that he shot come get her son, she'll be on the news, blubbering and snotting and crying about how he was an honor student and ain't did nothing. And to justify that he didn't do nothing, you know what she's gonna say? Know what she gonna say? When people bring up that her son shot that man and that's why he got shot again because it was retaliatory, you know what she's gonna say? Do you know the excuse she's gonna use to justify it? They dropped the charges. That's the excuse she gonna use. They dropped those charges. So all of a sudden, it magically erases it from reality because the state decided that they wasn't gonna pursue the case. Thank you, Growth, said Dr. Tia San calls it pit bullying. Yeah. But this is the message that's been getting conveyed to the black community, that a black woman can set it up where a black man dies and she don't get nothing. Dominique just walked off. Dominique Jones is free. Sebastian, one of the boys that she knew was going to go over there to try to deal with Travis, is dead. Because she put a battery in their back over lies and an argument she started and a fight that she started. And Dominique gets to live her life. This mother just did the same thing. She went somewhere. She started something, or she couldn't de-escalate it, whether she started it or not. She participated in the arguments, going back and forth, standing toe-to-toe with some dude that she don't know, that she don't never got to see no more. Wasn't even worth all that. Probably wasn't even worth the time it took to have an argument, let alone wasn't worth her getting punched in the face for it and worth that man's life. Set her son up to be put in a situation to take a life. And everybody's free. You don't think that man's family feel away about that? You don't think it's no little son husbands in his family that feel away? That feel like maybe that might not have been justified? Thank you, Afro Nerd. So this happens with confused and challenged gender roles. Riddle me this. Are black men expected to protect trans women and look just like this woman? Madness. Thank you so much. Let's unpack that a little bit. Aigami, I don't know if that's how I pronounce your name, Said can't really blame the boy. He was only doing what he felt was right to do by protecting his mother off an instant and fear. I know he was doing what he thought he was supposed to do. But that's just the problem. Why do our young black boys feel that that is their place? That that's what they supposed to do, protect their mama at all costs when they are boys. Not men, boys. Boys. Show of hands. Who thinks, and I'm not asking this for judgment. I just want a visual. I just want a visual. Who thinks that boys are supposed to protect their moms? Put a 1 in the chat if you think boys are supposed to protect their mothers. Boys, children are not supposed to protect their parents. They not. We the only community think that. We are the only community that thinks that the child should be in the protective mode of the parent. We the only community. Everybody else think the parent, mother or father, is responsible even unto giving their life for the safety of their child. Only in the black community do we think that the child, if it is a boy, is supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that. They not supposed to have to do that. That's trauma. Do we not get him? Do we not get that? That's trauma for him. Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. That's traumatic for him. I don't care if he was ready to do it. The fact that it was in his head to be ready to do it, and then he did it, that's trauma. It's trauma. Who gonna help him with that trauma? Who? For everybody that's talking about he did what he was supposed to do, are you gonna provide the psychological support now that he did it? Who gonna pay for his therapy? Which one of y'all? Which one is gonna pay for his therapy now? Or he don't need it? Because he was protecting his mama, so he don't need no therapy now. He didn't really kill nobody. Or that's not supposed to be anything. He took a life. And that's not supposed to have no effect. Just nothing. Just Nothing. No, is that what we at? We think it just ain't nothing. He ain't it's nothing. Everybody talking about he did what he supposed to do. Did his mama do what she was supposed to do? Did his mother do what she was supposed to do? Don't even put your son or not even your husband. I would not want to even put my husband, a grown man, in a position where he gotta take somebody's life for me. Especially in a situation where I could have walked away. It didn't even have to be that. Nobody in our community thinks about preventing, that it all could have been prevented. It all could have just not happened. Now somebody did, and everybody thinks it's okay because the charges got dropped. Wow. Mark the Freelancer, thank you so much, said dysfunctional. Jalen, thank you. So hyenas treat black men like Pokemon. Ask Travis and them. Thank you, Kashinsi. Black mothers be putting their children in bad situations, and that's wrong. She turned that boy into a killer for nothing. Thank you, DJ Chris Cruz. Said this should not have happened in the first place. Learn to tame thy words. Nobody's saying that the dude that was hitting her was correct. Who heard me say that? Who heard me say that it was okay for that dude to be hitting that woman? Who heard me say that? Thank you to Renzo. Said trials and tribulations of Gen X most of us have been through. My mom stopped me twice from doing what he did once. I controlled that rage by mastering my mind in the military. Dad, RIP, yet my parents are proud I'm retiring versus in jail. Thank you so much. Thank you, Simon. Said his mother was wrong for her telling to shoot this man. Thank you, Damien. Said if they feel he did his job and he was tough, then he should have squared off with him instead of the gun. Thank you, Phineas. I was in rescue situations with my mother when I was a teen. Thank goodness it never escalated to something like this. Sad for the son to have this experience. Thank you, Bakulu. So all three parties were wrong. Thank you, Colin's Crypto. Thank you, Roman. And said the problem is that she's the weaker vessel, need protection, and men have protective instincts. I would have done a dude for my mom. The difference is that my mom never put me in that type of situation. Most black women have a black man in their life that's ready to roll. Most black women have a black man in their life that's ready to do that. Don't never let them lie to you and tell you that there's no black men that's willing to protect them when there's black men all around them, even young ones, that's ready to take a life and give their own for them. I'm all the way married. My husband is not a joke. He's not a joke. It's not funny. If I come to him and tell him anything and he feel like he got to deal with it, it's gonna be dealt with. That's why you don't put him in the situation. That's why you don't do it. It's because I know he will do it. He'll do somebody. I know that. I got full confidence in that. 100%. I'm very secure with that. That is why you watch what you do. You watch what you say. You watch where you go. You watch what happens. Because I am not willing to just willy-nilly put my husband or my brother in any situation where they feel like they got to do somebody over me, because they will. And I know that they will. So that doesn't make me feel invincible. That makes me cautious. Because for as much confidence as I have in them doing somebody for me, they're not stupid either. And I don't put batteries in their backs. But they also know me. So they know that I'm not somewhere popping off and getting crazy. They know that already. So if I do ever come to them, or they happen to roll up and somebody is assaulting me, I feel sorry for that individual. I hate it for them. I hate it for them. The problem come in is when you as the female know that information and then you utilize it as a reason to not to be reckless as to what you do, what you say, how you coming off, whether or not you arguing, getting in the fights, getting in it, because you know that if you make a phone call, you know if you know it's finna go down. I'm careful with the lives of the men around me, cause I know they ready to go. They ready to sacrifice it all. I know that. But that's when you love them. That's when you love them. That's when you love and value the lives of the black men around you, because you know they'll do somebody on your behalf. So when you love and you value them, you don't even buy. You be so scared to be even in a situation where you even have to report it back that something went down. No. It's certain places in the hood that's rowdy spots, and you know not to really even go over there without your man. It's always places like that in the hood, and this is in Chicago, so she know that. It's always places like that that you don't even go over there, even in the daytime. You don't go over there without your man because it's too rowdy. Just don't bother. It's certain stores you can't go into. It's certain food places you can't go into. It's certain inner bus stops you can't stand at. Do you understand? Because it's always something happening. And you will get caught up in the mix, whether you in it or not. You'll be in it. Before you know it, you'll be in it. So there were certain stores I didn't go to, certain places. They rowdy over there. It's always somebody in there fighting. It's always somebody in there arguing. There's always somebody into it. I'm not going over there. I don't care how good the burgers is. I'm not going over there. I don't care what they got over there. I'm not going over there. If I do go over there, I'm with my man over there. You gotta have some type of sense. You be going to these places and all of these dudes ain't got no sense, y'all. All of the men don't have no sense. She ran into one that don't got no sense. He ain't had no sense. That's why he in the ground right now. Because he probably let the chick that he was with put the battery in his back to start arguing or whatever with a female. And then he got dealt with. All because. For what? Nobody even knows what the argument was about for a fact. All we know is that a man is dead and that a 14-year-old boy's life will never be the same because he took that life. I don't care if he thought he was unjustified or not. His life will never be the same. His mentality will never be the same. His outlook, his perspective is always now shifted in a negative way because he's young and he took a life. And everybody misses that. Thank you, Jean said, boy, girls are minors even in this American society. Even in the court of law, boys and girls are represented with their parents and guardians. There's a reason for that. Thank you, Ruminant says she was married to my dad, but she has sense. Thank you, Deacon. Said they can find a man to sleep with, delete another man, but can't find a man to help raise the kids. Thank you, Mass Man. Said black males are not taught to ever think independently from their mom. That boy gonna be a puppet for his mother's violence for as long as he lives. Yeah. And it's like, thank you, Undani. Ain't trying to hear that all of them in their feelings. It's like too much of us, we in our feelings about it. We in our feelings about it. His mama need protecting. She grown. And she had a lot of choices before that boy made a choice he thought he should have been making. She had a lot of choices before it got to that point, and nobody is thinking about that. Nobody. We don't know nothing about conflict resolution in the hood. Nothing. Black people don't know nothing about conflict resolution. We think de-escalating a situation is soft. We think you soft if you de-escalate. We think you soft if you just be quiet. We think you soft if you just walk off. Like, I ain't even gotta do that. We don't know how to. Thank you, Pharaoh. Said, so sorry I'm late. No problem. Thank you, Charles. Said, this has changed the equation. Now it's her and everyone in the car. And it's just like, nobody talk about the choices that she could have made. We had at least 3 adults. His mother, the dude that got shot, and the girlfriend. We had at least 3 adults that could have made adult decisions to de-escalate or walk off or not be in that situation. Because all 3 of them failed that, a boy came in and made another adult decision that changed the trajectory of him. Psychologically, he's changed. Because you don't get to kill somebody and then not be changed by that. You don't get to take life and then it not affect you. That's not how that goes. And since we don't know anything about conflict resolution, these are the things that happen. And everybody happy because the charges got dropped, so now we can stop talking about it. And it didn't happen. And everything is good and everything is all awesome because the state decided that they wasn't gonna uphold no charges. So it's okay. So if he catch 5 more bodies, what if every month his mama do that and he gotta kill somebody? Is that all right? What if once a month his mama get into something else and another man smack her in the face, and he kill that one too? So how many times is it gonna be all right? Is it just all right one time? Is it all right 5 times? Is it all right 10 times? How many times is it all right? I want to know. That's not even a rhetorical question. I want to know, for everybody who think it's all right, how many times is it all right? Is it all right just once? Is it all right every week? Is it all right daily, bi-weekly, annually? How many times is it okay to delete somebody because your mama can't stop running her mouth? How many times? Thank you, Herbert said, Mass Man Pro, exactly. Black males are not taught to think independently from their mama. His life will be affected. Thank you. Thank you, Inspirational Alpha said, protection involves a level of submission to the protector. I'm sure if Higher Soon came in and told her to drop it and let's go, she wouldn't have listened. Yeah. How many times is it all right For everybody that think that it was cool for him to do that, how many times is it cool? 2 times, 100 times, 1,000 times, 5 times, 8 times. How many times? I want to know. Thank you, Eugene. So I only saw the part where the Dusty beat their brains out. I was embarrassed as a man. Cynthia, Tanya, Priscilla, any of them hyenas, content creators to get hold of this video, Lord. Oh, they already going to do it, but they only going to talk about that part. They're not going to talk about every other part, because the only other part in this that matters is the fact that the dude was out of pocket by hitting her. And he was out of pocket. But nobody's arguing that point. Nobody's arguing that point. Nobody's saying he wasn't out of pocket. Nobody's defending that. You see what I'm saying? Nobody's defending the dude. But as usual, hyenas don't have any accountability for anything. She's not accountable for the stuff that came out her mouth. She's not accountable for standing there arguing instead of go ahead and get her food. Hey, man, go ahead on. You know what I'm saying? Don't shut that down. Shut that whole energy down. Get the food and go ahead on. Do you know how many altercations I have avoided by just not even dealing with it? I'm not even about to give you no energy because that's what you want. You want somebody to stand there and argue. And I'm not about to do it. Not the kid. The kid is not going to do it. Not. Because I'm way too grown for this. If you have a misunderstanding and you want to argue, you're going to have to go in the corner, face the corner, and argue with yourself. Because I'm not doing it. I came in here to do something specific. So what I didn't come in here to do was have an altercation and a stomp down with you. That's what I didn't do. I came in here, you know what I'm saying, to get that bone, like she came in there to get that bone in pork chop sandwich and roll out. That's what you was trying to do. So you should have gone ahead and got your pork chop sandwich and your fries and your vest pop and went on head on. I don't know what was so hard about that. Go ahead, get that little squished up cheeseburger, them fries, and that wildwood, that red wildwood, and go ahead on. I don't know what was the problem. Thank you, Reality Checks. I love the care you place on these topics. The mom instructed him to kill the girlfriend also. He wouldn't, so she snatched the gun from him. The son grabbed her hand to stop her from shooting. Wow. Thank you, Charles. In the wrong state, shooter gets deleted. Yeah. Thank you, Kimar. Said, deliver the message. Crimson, the ancestors want you to take a short break from the hyenas. Your mind come first. Empress, blessings. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I have been in so many situations. I grew up in the hood, okay? So many situations. I've watched them and I've been in them, okay? You be in there. You be in a JJ somewhere. Black people, if you're from Chicago, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You be in a Sharks or you be in a JJ's. They always in the hood. And sometimes the ones in the hood be having the best, you feel me? They be having the best fish and fries with the mild sauce on there. So if you want to go in there, you want to get you a large, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll be going in there and give me a large whiting. You see what I'm saying? Go in there, get you a large, and then you be wait. And then it be somebody come in there and they be on one. They pick with people and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They picking. You know, they got a little attitude. Whatever. Sometimes it be men, sometimes it be women. Okay? They coming in. They on something already. They already on one before they got in there. And you already be knowing. You be like, man, listen, you know not to even give them eye contact. I'm not even about to give you eye contact, because if I give you eye contact, Now you feel like the door is open where you can talk to me, and I know you're gonna say something stupid because you came in stupid. You came in on one, so I don't even want to give you eye contact. Cause you gonna talk. And I don't want you talking to me. Like I do not want you talking to me. I'm just in here getting my large. I want them to put some lemon pepper on there, and then I'm out. I'm not in here to deal with you. You argue with the people behind the counter. You got something to say to the other person that was in line. I don't need it. Then you looked over at me. Don't look at me. Do not even look at me. I'm keeping my eye on you, but I'm not talking to you. Not giving you you don't have no energy. I'm not giving you no energy. None. I'm not speaking. I'm not smiling. I'm not scowling. I'm not judging. I'm not doing none of that. Just no energy. And they have come over. People have come over even with that. And such, saying something, want to say a little something, it's pick to pick. No, ma'am. I don't have anything. Thank you. No, I didn't see that. I don't have nothing to do with that. You ain't see him butt me in the line. I didn't see that. Don't talk. No, I'm not talking no more. You deal with it. Try to drag me in your nonsense. Because always be that one. Or, it'd be a little crew of them come in and they be on one. Rowdy, stupid. Be glad when I give my little order. And you can't give them no energy. When you give them energy, they turn all the way up. Because that's what they want to do. That's what they trying to do. They trying to get energy from somebody so they can have an excuse so they can turn up. That's what they want to do. People, listen, they in the lost value system. They thriving off the chaos. The male hyenas and the female ones are all thriving off the same chaos. So they be trying to look for a reason to turn up. You can't give it to them. They want to pick, let them stand over there. Go ahead, hurry up and get your food. They try to say something, act like I don't hear it. I don't hear what you talking about. I'm out of there. We not having no conversation. There's no conversation at all. I'm not agreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing. We're not doing nothing. I'm going to take my stuff and get in the car, and you can do whatever it is you're going to do. Was that guy in there talking to you? No, baby. He was just in there picking. Oh, okay. Thank you, John, saying those are the kind of boys they are raising to try to be men for tomorrow. They are the same type of females who blaming men today. Exactly. Sometimes they pick with you because you're not giving them no energy. You need to people be on one. People be on one. And you got to just not do that with them. You got to not do it with them. They're not going there with you. At all. So we're not having a conversation. We're not doing none of that. He want to be in there arguing. The fact that he was in a full-blown argument. Dude. Then he squared up. You still ain't shutting up. He done already stepped back and squared up. I'm done with it. The title of the show holds true. She's ruining his life because she raising a son husband. And don't nobody see a problem with that. Nobody sees the problem with the son husband until the son husband become a problem for them. Now we'll talk about the son husband. Now we'll talk about the mama's boy. Now we'll talk about the dude that can't think unless his mama tell him what to think. We'll only talk about him when he become a problem in our life. The son husband is only a problem when his behavior, when it's unbecoming of a man, is problematic. Just like the dude that was hitting the woman. That's the part that nobody's connecting. The guy that was hitting the woman is somebody's son husband. I almost guarantee you that. Because he's accustomed to letting women put batteries in his back. So the first woman to put a battery in his back is his mama. He ain't learned how to tell her to shut up. So now he about to go through his life letting women put batteries in his back for stupid stuff. Then now his life is gone. Because why? He couldn't tell the woman he was with, hey, shut up. You gonna, hey, go in the car. All because he couldn't exercise that. Now he got to jump. More than likely, he felt like he was protecting the honor of his girlfriend. You feel what I'm saying? So now he got to jump and be big, bad. And it don't matter that it's in front of a female or whatever. It don't matter. He got to prove that he going to protect her. And if that involved punching a woman in order to do that, then that's what he going to do. He was somebody's son husband. That's the problem. Growing up with a single mama, no man around, that could teach a young boy how to control his emotions. So that even when he's angry, he don't got to go there. Every situation ain't a situation that you escalate. You got to pick your battle for that. You can't escalate everything. It's going to get you dealt with. Escalating everything get you dealt with. Men usually learn that and know that. But when you got boys that are being raised by single mothers with no men around, see, women don't know that. And if he don't learn that the hard way in the street without getting killed, he'll learn it in the grave. Or he'll learn it in jail. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? No, I don't think so. And we still got people in our so-called community that don't see an issue with it. They're more so see a problem with what I'm saying. What I'm talking about is problematic rather than the situation that we are discussing and all of the various layers of that situation that are problematic. It's problematic that the man was beating the woman, that he felt comfortable with that. It's problematic that usually black women feel comfortable arguing toe to toe with, even with black men they don't know You don't know what he's capable of. You don't know what he's willing to do. You don't know what he want to do. You don't know the mental state of the man. You don't know his emotional state. You don't know him. You don't know him. The fact that it's always ingrained in our young boys, even from boyhood, that he got to lay his life down for his grown mother, that's problematic. And the fact that we, for whatever reason, we don't think killing people wears on you psychologically, whether you were justified in it or not. Y'all be arguing with these men and you don't know what these men be on. She didn't never thought that her arguing would end up with him punching her in her grill multiple times. It took her off guard. She didn't have nothing for him. Y'all be arguing with these men and you ain't got nothing for them. It's got to be another male with a gun or something like that to stop him, because you can't stop him from punching you in your face if he decide that's what he want to do. If he decide, yep, I'm about to go there. I'm about to go there. I'm going to hit you. I'm going to punch you like you a dude. And I don't care that you a female. The fact that there are women in this world that don't think that there are men that will do that is unreal to me. You don't know what dudes be on. You don't know what people be on. You don't know what females be on either. They be crazy too. You go places and somebody just so willing to turn up and so willing to get into an argument. That's when I calm all the way down. Because now I got to watch you. I don't know what you doing. Because whatever little transpiring that went on shouldn't even got you that mad. So the fact that you on turn up, the fact that you on go right now, and we think that's being soft. We think that calming down and beginning to just observe the situation in its entirety that you are in is soft. And black women specifically, we don't have that because we're women. And women lack a certain situational awareness of danger because we're the ones that get protected and not doing the protecting. Males typically have that instinct that start going off. Oh, wait a minute. Let me be aware and let me risk assess. I got to assess the risk now. Is it a good idea for me to press forward, or is it a good idea for me to fall back? Now you don't know what's about to happen now. Because that dude, it might be nothing. Or it might be something. He might have people, or he might not. We don't know. But that's definitely a message that we getting sent, is that a black woman can do anything. Get black men killed, have one to kill the other one. And it ain't nothing after that. That's why I asked the question, how many times is it okay? 50 times, 10 times, 12 times? How many times? How many bodies is it okay for him to catch for his mother? How many bodies is it all right? I just want to know. How many bodies is too many bodies? How many bodies is okay? How many bodies? If one body is okay, you can't say that it ain't okay again. If it's all right now, then it's all right again. If it's right now, then it can be right next week. And it can be right tomorrow. If his mama get into another situation and she get popped again, and her son come running and blast on that dude, then it should be okay the second time to correct. Right? Why not 50 times? Every time a man cut his eyes at her wrong, she gonna call her son. And he gonna do it. He gonna come and he gonna blast whoever was there. And if it happened once a day, it should be all right. Because when something is right, then it's right. It don't get to be right one time and then wrong the other time, correct? If she get into this situation once an hour and he got to take a life every hour, then that should be okay. She get a boyfriend and he argue with her. He ain't even gotta hit her. If he argue with her and her son in the house and that man argue with her, that man's life in danger. Cause if he come out and blast him, he gonna say, I was protecting my mom. And it should be okay. Anyway. I want to thank everybody for coming through. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, the Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.